Okay, now boys and girls, you know that authors have a central idea or main idea about what the text is mostly about. Now, boys and girls, that usually the central idea or main idea is usually like in the beginning of a paragraph, or sometimes it's at the end of a paragraph. Now, other times, it's in the sentence itself. It'll tell you exactly what the central or main idea is. It'll be in a paragraph. Sometimes you have to infer or make a very good guess about what that main idea or central idea is about. Sometimes you have to infer. You have to make a good guess about it because the author doesn't tell you. You have to kind of figure it out on your own. But a lot of times it's right there in the paragraph. It'll either be in the first sentence or sometimes it's in the last sentence that you are reading. It's right there and you just have to read and it'll tell you what is the central or main idea. Central idea and main idea are the same thing. Central idea, main idea, same thing. So boys and girls, let's look here. So we have to look for text clues to figure out what is the main idea or central idea in what we're reading. First off, we look at the headings. We see, what is the text about? We look at the headings. We look at visuals. We look to see, are there pictures? Is there a graph? Is there a map? Is there something like that that tells us? We look at the first or the last sentence. We look for repeated words. Repeated words will help us a lot. Like, when we're reading our health, we will see in that first sentence, like in that bold sentence, that is usually the main idea. That's the main idea of the paragraph all the time, right, boys and girls? And then everything below it supports that. It gives more details about it. So the central idea, it's like the table here, and then we have details that support it. Do you see how that's a table? It's the supporting ideas. So then we evaluate details to determine key ideas that support the central idea. What are the key ideas? And the key ideas, they give us examples, they give us facts, they give us evidence, and they give us descriptions of it. They describe it. They tell us more about the central idea. So they're going to give us more information about it. So quite often, when we're reading, that central idea is quite often in the first sentence. That's what happens quite often when we're reading our health, right? It's the first sentence, and then all the details are after that. But sometimes, a lot of times, it could be in the very last sentence. So you have to look to see, is the main idea in the first sentence, or is it in the last sentence? Because sometimes authors are fancy that way. They like to give you some details and then put the main idea or central idea in the last sentence. So you need to be a good reader. And you need to be looking for the clues. You need to say, what is the main or central idea? Where is it? Is it in the first sentence? Is it in the last sentence? And you're going to be looking for the details that support it, that give us more ideas about what that text is about. So here's what we're going to do right now, boys and girls. We are going to be reading in our story about the Constitution, because this is a perfect text to figure out some central or main ideas, because there's lots of headings in here that'll help us practice this very valuable skill. So here's what I want you to do, boys and girls. I want you to look on the page that I gave you, which is page 55. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go right here. And let's look on our page. It says, The central idea is what a text is mostly about. Clues such as headings and visuals help readers identify this main idea. Facts and other details provide evidence to support the central idea because then they give you more information about it. Answer the questions about page 237 of the U.S. Constitution. Oh, I need to go back. I jumped the gun here. So now let's go to page 237. So let's go. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to go to page 237, and I want to go to 237 in the story. We're going to read that. Okay, so here's 237. Let's go to one page, that's 236. Okay, so here's page 237. We're going to read this page, and then we're going to be looking for central idea in it. Is everybody on page 237? Yeah. Everybody get there? Okay, so let's go. Let's listen to it. And read along. Follow with your eyes. Is everybody's eyes in the book? Yes? Okay,
2.
Let's go.
Articles. The 7 articles of the Constitution explain the branches of the U.S. government. They tell what those branches can and cannot do. In the United States, the people run the government. Americans have the right to vote. When they vote, Americans choose the people who will work for them in the government. The articles divide the U.S. government into 3 branches. Each branch has different powers. No one branch can become stronger than the others. This is called a balance of power. Every branch is equal. The articles allow people in government to keep all Americans safe. They say that the government can build an army and a navy to guard the country.
Okay, so now we have listened to this. We have read this. Now we have to answer our questions. So let's look at question number 1. Let me find my pen here. Our first question says to us, how does the subhead help readers understand the central idea? So what is the subheading on this page? What's the subheading? What's the subheading? What is the subheading? Mikey?
Where it says to and articles?
Yes, to and articles. Everybody circle that because that's the subheading. Everybody circle where it says to and articles. Right here. That's where it says. That's the subheading. Okay? And what does that tell us? What does that subhead tell us? What does this whole subheading tell us? Teddy, what does that subhead articles tell us?
What it's going to talk about?
Yeah, and what does it tell us? What does it tell us? What is it talking about?
The 7 articles of the Constitution.
The 7 articles of the Constitution. Yes. So that subhead, we're going to call it the subhead. The subhead articles shows that the paragraphs, because we have 2 paragraphs there, that's the tell what articles of the Constitution are. Okay, so that's what that's telling us. It's telling us, the subhead is telling us, the subhead articles shows that the paragraphs tell what the articles of the Constitution are. So that's what we need to write. Do you have a question about that?
No, I know the answer.
Okay, well, let's finish writing that. I have no doubt you know what the next one is. Okay? Okay. Now, let's look at question number 2. Can somebody tell me, question number 2 says, what evidence or details in the text explain what balance of power means? What does balance of power mean? Yes.
Every branch is equal.
Every branch is equal. Very good. Let's write every branch is equal. Every branch is equal. Very good. Did everyone write that? Every branch is equal. Now, here's the next thing we're going to do. We're going to go back here. Actually, I'm going to go back because I want to do this. I want to annotate. I need you to tell me, what do you think? Look in paragraph 12. Quick, let's reread paragraph 12. Read it with your eyes right now. Read paragraph 12. And then I need you to reread paragraph 12. And then I need you to tell me, what do you think is the main idea of paragraph 12? What's the central idea of paragraph 12? Clark?
Americans have the right to vote.
Is that what that whole paragraph is about? That's not it. That's not what that whole paragraph is about. Jensen, what do you think it's about?
The 7 articles of the Constitution that explain that Americans can vote.
That's not what that paragraph is about, though. What do you think it's about, Ivy?
That there are 7 articles in the Constitution and it explains about the 7 articles.
Read the sentence read me the sentence.
We need to.
Yeah, read me the sentence that tells me what that paragraph, the central idea of that paragraph.
The 7 articles of the Constitution explain the branches of the U.S. government.
That's it. It would be the main idea of that paragraph. So let's highlight that.
Highlight.
or underline it. The first sentence, Yanni. The 7 articles of the Constitution explain the branches of the U.S. government.
So you gotta put that where.
So just underline it with your pencil. What do you think the second paragraph's main idea is? Olive?
The branches, the balance of power, the branches.
What is sentence? Which sentence?
This is called the balance of power.
Do you think that is the main idea? I don't think that's the main idea. What do you think the main idea is, Logan?
The 3 branches.
That sentence? What do you think it is, Juliana?
Every branch is equal.
I don't think that's it. What do you think it is, Teddy?
No one branch can be stronger than the other.
No, that's not it. Kelsey?
The articles divide the U.S. government into 3 branches.
That would be the main idea, because then the rest of it gives facts about, or gives information about, the rest of it gives information or more facts about it. Because then it tells us each branch has different powers. No one branch can become stronger than the others. This is called the balance of power. So that's the main or central message on each of them. Okay? So now here's what you are going to do, boys and girls. Now we have got, oops, what did I do with my paper? Now we have got, look where it says, choose another heading or subheading in the U.S. Constitution. It is asking us to choose another one, any one we want. Well, that's what we're on right now. We're on number 3. So we could choose another page. But this is the thing. You are going to choose your own. So this is what you're going to need to do. It says, what central idea does the heading help you understand? So you are going to go to a different page in the story. You are going to find your own heading. You are going to write down what central idea is the heading helping you understand. Then you are going to answer number 4, and you're going to say what evidence supports the central idea. So what evidence is there? So you're going to look to see, just like we did right here. Do you understand what you're going to do, boys and girls? You're going to find another page. So you might want to look at page 239 and discuss the amendments. That might be a good page, the amendments. And try to figure out what is the main idea about the amendments. And then you find some evidence that supports that. You could look at the page 238. Which tells us more about the 3 branches. What central idea is that? You could talk about the parts of the Constitution on page 236, because that has got the preamble. You could discuss the preamble. You could pick any of those pages. Okay, oh, I see people are writing furiously. Okay? Is this fun? People are having fun with this. Okay, good luck.